Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing good today and having a great day. Apologies guys for being about 5 minutes late. I just had my laptop was just taking a bit longer to load up, but big up to chat, big up to everyone that's here today. There is an update about Kivior. I'm going to be speaking about our potential new signing Piero Hincapié, who has agreed personal terms with Arsenal. A lot has happened, be real with you, so much has happened lately, so there's definitely a lot to talk about. So big up to the chat. Good to see you already here, Aldi. Good to see you here in the building. Yeah, good to see you guys here today, and hope you guys are all good. I will be sharing my screen shortly, as I've said, I'm going to be speaking about the latest news which Fabrizio Romano has given us a big update on. So yeah, big up to everyone that's here today. I will wait a minute or two just to wait till maybe a few of you join. But yeah, Arsenal are set to sign a new player, which is obviously good. Kivior is going to be leaving to Porto, which isn't like a big surprise to us, but it is what it is. I liked him, but it's a shame Kivior's going, but at the same time, he does deserve to be playing in regular football, and I understand it from his point of view too. So, yeah, it's what it is. Hey Victor, good to see you here. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. So yeah, I will share my screen, guys, and show you what Fabrizio Romano has just said. This was this morning. I did do a video about him yesterday, but now things are advanced, which is obviously good for us because things are going quick, and obviously the window is shutting very, very soon. There's not really long left with the window. It does shut on the 1st of September, so yeah, there's not too much time left in the window. And let me just share my screen now. So yeah, this is the latest, guys. The latest news here. Yeah, hope you guys can see that. Okay, so obviously I do say to you that Fabrizio Romano, David Johnson are very reliable people to trust, and here is another update. Piero Hincapié has said yes to Arsenal and personal terms have been agreed. Sorry about that, guys. Long-term deal ready. Understand Hincapie favours Arsenal and also seen an ideal selling by Arteta. Arsenal prepare opening bid, likely loan and obligation to buy with Kivior to Porto soon. So this is obviously the latest news today. So I assume this is going to be happening very, very soon. And yeah, I think if you get rid of Kivior, you do have to sort of, bring in other players. I mean, I don't know what's happening with Zinchenko, guys. There hasn't actually been an update on that as well. So I'm not sure. I mean, if Zinchenko's going, I think I think a one backup would be important anyway for us. But we'll have to see what will happen. I just found that Hincapie's arrival pushed Sky back to his original position in a central midfield. At least that's what I need in some posts. Yeah, I think Lewis Skelly. I mean, I love Lewis Skelly. I think it's definitely a part of the team. I think there's definitely place for him in the team. So yeah, I think hopefully. I mean, I don't think he'll be at left back this season for much, will he? Really, because obviously at the moment, Calafiori's at left back, and obviously this signing I will be speaking about him, but he's also a left back. I think he can play at centre back as well, but he'll probably be on the left. I don't know if he's going to get many minutes either. So yeah, I do wonder about Lewis Skelly this season. About his minutes, is he going to get many minutes? How's that going to go? I don't know really, but yeah, we'll have to see. With Lewis Skelly, but centre midfield wouldn't be a bad option. I think he's a very good player, Lewis Skelly. I mean, Calafiori, we don't know how Calafiori, he could get injured. Like, he could have a good season. Calafiori could stay fit, or he could really struggle. So we're going to have to see. But of course, this is the latest. Let me just check if he has updated anything at Kivior. Yeah, so this was 4 hours ago. FC Porto official bid for Kivior has been received by Arsenal. Fee in excess of €20 million package. Add-ons include a loan with obligation to buy. Kivior has said yes to Porto. Arsenal talks over details of the bid. Regarding the price, guys, what do you think of that? Because I think it's just 25 million euros. It's what I said, didn't I say to you guys? I said to you guys that I was thinking to myself it's probably going to be, it should be worth 25 to 30, and obviously 25 is what's happening with a few add-ons. So I think for me this is I think I would like him to go for a bit more, of course I would, but I don't think that is a bad money-wise, I think that's okay. I think he is worth a bit more than that, but I think 25-30 is pretty decent. But yeah, I'll be real with you guys. I'll be sad to see him go because I think he's always been a decent player. He's always stepped up in Gabriel's absence. He did a really good job, and for me, it's a real shame to me that he's going, but at the same time he deserves to be playing more football and, you know, doing that at Porto. I'm sure he'll do really well. It's sad to see him go. I do feel a bit sad, but he's been a great player for us, and I'm sure he has a lot of support from Arsenal fans. Obviously, big up to the chat as well. Feel free to send any comments about all of this situation. I'll be on here for a little bit today, so pardon me, feel free to send them in. And of course, guys, make sure you're liking this video, subscribing as well. Lumen, you're alive daily. Does your inner self tell you're winning the Premier League? Big up to Lumen. I don't know if we're going to win it. I just take it a game at a time, guys. Like, because, I mean, I know if we beat Liverpool Anfield, people might say we're going to win it. We're going to win the league. But I just think that the teams that I really worry about is, like, those low block teams, like Fulham, you know, Everton. So I feel like for me, like, I'd hope we will win the league. We've got Ezlian, but it's too soon to say right now for me, to be honest with you. We've had a great window. The window's still open. I'm making another signing, which I didn't think we'd make. So, yeah, it's hard to say right now, really. Big up Ron. Hey, Save, a bit of feedback, but YouTube is notifying me of your lives for the last couple of days. Not sure your end. I'm not too sure. I will thank you for letting me know, Ron. I wasn't aware about that. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it happens, but obviously appreciate you watching this anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I think if people have my notifications on, they should get a notification about my shows, but I apologise about that. I don't know why that happens, really, but obviously good to see you here. Good to see you guys in the chat as well. But like I said, yeah, Kivior is set to go to Porto, which, you know, is probably for the best for him. He deserves to play regular football. Then obviously you look at our new signing here. It's looking very exciting. I think him coming in will be great. And yeah, I think obviously it does say here, I think it says loan obligation to buy. I don't actually know, guys, for Zinchenko, what is actually happening with him, because to be fair, I just feel so confused. I don't know if he's staying. I wouldn't want to. I'd rather move him on, to be honest with you guys, because he's been here for a while. I'm sure himself he wants to play a lot of football. I don't think we need too much cover, because if we're going to bring in this guy, he can play on the left as well. So for me, I would just get what we need to do and get some of these players out the door. We need to be ruthless. So yeah, that is obviously the latest of this. I'm happy to I'll happily check some other stuff as well, because I like to give you guys some information when I'm chatting with you guys. But yeah, Fabrizio Romano is always very reliable. And yeah, I feel happy about this. I think it'd be a good signing. I mean, the question is he going to be a starter? That is the big question, because, you know, you've got you know, on the left you've got Skelly, and the note Aldi mentioned that he might not be playing on the left, but you've got a Calafiori there. I mean, Calafiori for me has had a good start to the season. I would probably continue to still play him, but I think it's really interesting to see how it's going to go for him. But yeah, I think this guy, I think he should try and get into this team, like work hard to be a starter in this team eventually. But interesting. I'll come back now to you guys. I'm happy to share my screen soon if there is any more updates. But yeah, that is pretty much happening, guys. So yeah, another signing for Arsenal, really exciting. I think we've had a really good window. I mean, I think now is definitely going to be the time for outgoings to happen. I think that's not really going to be a surprise that we're going to move on quite a few of our players. Jesus is back in training. Well, I think it might be individual training, but I don't think he's going to go this summer. I think he's going to be staying. So yeah, Jesus, I think will probably stay. Zinchenko, I think he definitely needs to go, but I don't know if he is going to go. Obviously, Kivior Nelson as well is still in doubt about Fulham. There's definitely a lot of players that we could move on as well. Lukonga, I don't know what's happening about him. There hasn't been an update about him. So yeah, we'll have to see. Big up to 11J. Hincapie signing will make it 8 signings this summer. This certainly has been an unprecedented window. This window has been just I mean, if you asked me to start the window, I'd have said to you, listen, we need a striker, we need some attacking reinforcements, but we've really added a lot in depth, and we've done really good in that as well. I mean, 8 signings, it's so good. I mean, you look at the goalkeeper's position. If Fry gets in, you've got good cover there. Hincapie, defensively, you've got Ben White. I know Ben White is going to be trying to get into the team, but you've got Ben White, you've got Lewis Skelly, you've got Mosquera, and obviously you've got this guy that's coming in as well. So we're very lucky now to have this depth as well. And obviously in midfield, you've got the likes of Norgard as well who can come in. Maybe the Skelly can play midfield too. Obviously on the left you've got Martinelli, Trossard. I know Madueke sort of plays can play in both. And then obviously look at striker. I know Havertz is out at the moment, but you've got the likes of obviously Marino who can step in. Martinelli could probably play there as well. And obviously attacking midfield position, you've got Waneri, you've got Eze. So looking at it, it's great to have so much depth now. I think we've needed this for a long time, and I think it's good to have really decent depth, because I think the thing is, like, we all talk about squad depth and how important it is, but if your squad depth isn't great, it won't do you any good. So I think it's really good that our squad depth is really decent, and it will take us far this season. So yeah, obviously with Saka being that, we have the right options to step in, and yeah, I feel quite happy about the depth we have at the moment. But yeah, I do wonder if Hincapie will be a starter. Is he going to just be someone that steps in when we have injuries? I don't really know, guys, but I'm excited to have him here at Arsenal. I think it's going to be exciting to have new signings here. So yeah, it's definitely an exciting time for Arsenal. Of course, let me know in the comments what you make of the signing. Are you guys happy about it? I think for me, it's a bit sad Kivior's going. I would have liked him to stay, but I think at the same time, if he wants to play more football, you can't ever argue that. I think that's fair enough for me. I can't, have a go at him. Like, if he wants to play more football, then fair enough. And Porto's a good side. So yeah, I do wish him well. But yeah, I'm excited to see how he does there. But yeah, I do think we'll see some more outgoings happen. I think Nelson will probably go on loan, I think, to Fulham. I'm not sure about Zinchenko and Lokonga, but listen, it's all good. It's all good to see that we're moving fast. I mean, as Levin J just said, I mean, Edu, I think looking back, I mean, I never had a problem, guys, with Edu here, because we did make some good signings here and there, but you look at the season that we're having, like with the summer we've had, and it's just crazy what Berta's done. He is definitely levels above Edu, really is. It really does show. So yeah, this window's been so good. Obviously, my only criticism is just to maybe move some of these players on, but right now it does seem pretty good, like we're doing that anyway. So yeah. But Ron, I think with the eight signings, Arteta must sense the writings on the wall. Arsenal continues of being hard to beat. Low blocks can be dealt with in transition. Speed is increased and Gokras is fed. Yeah, I think yeah, we've had a really good window. I mean, I never thought we'd bring in another defender, but I think it makes sense, doesn't it? If you're getting rid of one, you have to replace one. So if you're getting rid of any player in any position, you do have to bring someone in to, make that difference. So yeah, I'm excited to see all of our new signings as well. I think the one I'm most excited to see is, of course, Eze. Like, I want to see him play. Obviously, as I did mention this yesterday, we've got a big game Anfield. I'm interested to see the lineups and all of that. But yeah, I think these new signings are going to do really good, and yeah, we're going to see more of that. So yeah, I can't wait, guys. I'm enjoying this window. I'm enjoying to see what's happening. But yeah, always good to see you guys in here. But yeah, good comment. I mean, I hope Gokras does end up getting the. I think we need creativity, and I hope that's not going to be an issue for him. But yeah, I do think we've got a really good squad, and we've got other players that can help. I think with creativity, I think Eze might be the guy that will help us with that the most, to be honest. Thank you, Arsenal fan. Once again, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Of course, guys, make sure you're liking and subscribing. I saw an AFC update saying the Congress going to Turkey. Have you heard? Oh, no, I haven't. I'll check now. There is also an update I will read out in a minute. I just want to see if that's true. I haven't heard anything about the Congo, guys. It's all gone very quiet. Yeah, there's been a little update. I don't know how reliable these sources are. Yeah, the sources aren't very reliable, to be honest with you. I mean, the person has 940 followers, so I don't know if that's reliable, but it does say about but I'm going to Turkey, a loan with an option to buy. I think Arsenal just want him out the door, to be honest with you. I think for him, he needs to be playing regular football. I think with Lokonga, I think he is a good footballer, but I just think at Arsenal, I think when you're playing in midfield in Arsenal, sometimes you can't deal with physicality, sometimes it just doesn't work out, so it happens. But yeah, we need to make sure he does move on. I will share my screen in 1 second, guys. I just want to have a look at any more updates. Bear with me, guys, 1 sec. Because there'll be a lot going on. These last few days are going to be so manic. I'm not going to lie. There's going to be so much stuff going on. So I will share my screen so you can have a look. Because yeah, there is a lot going on at the moment. It's pretty crazy. So yeah. But there's some people that I do rely on for information. But let me just share my screen, guys. 1 moment. To have a look at any more information, what's been going on. Obviously, I hope you guys can see this. So yeah, oh god. So let's have a look here. So I'll just read you the latest information. Obviously, Gunnar Blog says Arsenal used last week of the window to sell loan some of the academy players. So that'd be good for them to also get some minutes if they can't. I heard this actually, so that implies to me that Odegaard must be okay. I saw this. Odegaard has been called up to Norway national team for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers against Finland, so they must be okay then. Okay, this is a bit. There has been a slight update on Havertz. It's not like a big one because it's not really telling you how much he's out for, but it says here. The German national team director Dan Havertz, he certainly won't make it to the international break next month. He has a knee injury. We don't know exactly how long it will go into the upcoming weeks, whether surgery is upcoming or whether it will be treated conversely. So it's not. We don't really know if he's actually going to have knee surgery. I think we'll have to wait and find out because I'm just so interested. I want to know if he's okay, if he has to have an operation. I'm hoping that it's not too long term because, yeah, he probably isn't a starter, but he's going to be an important squad player for us. So I really want him to do well here. Let me just go back. I want to check if there's any more updates. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, so this is what Vic, this is what AFTV probably seeing now. I don't want to pronounce that because I don't think I'll get it right, but they have reached an agreement in principle with Arsenal for Albert Sambi Lokonga. The preference for a deal is a loan with an option to buy. Lokonga is understood to be looking forward to joining the Turkish club. So I think Arsenal will probably, loan him out. I think if we're being honest with Lokonga, there's no point in him being here. He won't be in the team, and he's not going to get. He's had his time at Arsenal. I think, with being honest, guys, it hasn't worked out, has it? And I just think for me, with Lokonga, like if I was him, I'd rather be playing football than not at all. So I think that one will pretty much be done. I think he'll probably be alone. So Arsenal's aggressive investment this summer is funded in part by the club's increased revenues and improved commercial performance, while also have significant headroom on Premier League PSR. They're selling ever closer to winning the USA cost rule. So yeah, we have spent a lot of money. I saw this. Did you guys see this? As they look so happy. I just want to check if there's any more updates. Okay, so this is what I saw, I think about 5 minutes ago. Kivior will arrive in Porto to undergo his medical today before signing a contract till 2030. In all, including the loan fee and transfer fee, the deal is worth around 20 million. So obviously for me, it's sad that it's not worked out. Like, I would love Kivior to stay, but like I've said to you guys, he does deserve to play, regular football and go somewhere else. He's been a great signing for Arsenal. I don't think any of us can ever doubt that. He's been a good addition to the team. So, yeah, that is the latest. Obviously, I've read this to personal terms have been agreed. I just want to come back now. I'll happily share my screen in a little bit. I just want to have a chat with you guys. So, big up to chat. I'm just going to go through your comments. Outstanding to high is not an Arsenal level ready to play for us. I completely agree. Big up to It's Me Everest. Big up Sophie. Do you think that with the number of signings this season, it is now do or die for Arteta? Yeah, I do think so. I mean, I don't see how we wouldn't win anything with the signings that we've made. We've made I think the amount of signings that we've made is just crazy. Like, we've made so many, so I don't see how this team wouldn't win anything with the amount of signings that we've made. So, of course, I'm praying that we do win something that works out for Arteta, but I can't see in a world where we don't win anything with the amount of signings we've made. So, yeah, I think I do see us winning something. I don't know what we're going to win, but I think we'll win something. I hope so anyway. It's me, Everest. Like the stream, chat, sub if you're new here. Thank you so much. It's me, Everest. I really appreciate that. And of course, guys, if you are new here, do subscribe here and make sure you're liking the stream. How many international loan slots remain? Shifted Edward and the very least reduce the wage bill and increase the team's winning mentality. I don't know actually. I mean, I do agree if you need to shift the Deadwood. I mean, I think with the players like we have, I would potentially move on Jesus, but I don't think that's going to happen right now. I just think Arteta would want to keep him. Obviously, the Conga, Zinchenko, Vieira, that Vieira situation, guys. I will try and find information, but that's going to be quiet. Yeah, I think we need to. I do agree with you about the Deadwood. The wage bill as well is another problem. That I don't know why some of these players run such high wages as well. I think that does hinder the winning mentality. If you've got players that haven't won and aren't winners, it's not going to help the team. So yeah, I feel like Conga was on this last year. Not sure how a loan will work. I don't know, honestly. I just honestly I don't know at this point what's happening with him. I don't know where he was last season. I wasn't really watching, but I do think that he needs to move on, to be honest with you. I just don't see a place for him in this team anymore. I think he should just go somewhere and play regular football. But yeah, I don't really know how a loan. It seems like a loan obligation to buy, but I don't really know much about it. I think the signings have been driven by revenue for the Champions League placement and performance. Injuries play a part of all the demands, and the other teams are buying more players to deal with the demands. Yeah, that's a really good point, because I think in the football nowadays, you do play quite a lot of football. Like you said, the demands are quite high, and more injuries are going to happen. So you need to have players that can come in and help with that. I think injuries are a big problem in football. I think they always do play a big part, and you have to have the right players that can step in. And we've been quite lucky, because Kivior's been great when Gabriel's been injured. He's been able to step up and do really good, but you won't always have it like that. It'll be difficult. But yeah, Kevin, Liverpool did look so much better today compared to Gunners. What is your excuse going to be if you? There isn't an excuse. We don't win anything. There isn't any excuse. I watched the Liverpool match last night, and I thought to myself, I think defensively they have a few weaknesses, but I do think it's going to be a really difficult game. Going to Anfield is going to be so tough. I'm excited, but I'm more anxious about us making a mistake or something. But I think it'll be a very tight game, that one. So big up to chat as well. Big up to everyone that's here. I hope you're all good. Always good to see you guys in here. And be on here for about another half an hour. If you guys have any questions to me, do send them in. I'm happy to obviously go through them. Of course, make sure you like and subscribe as well while you're watching this as well. And yeah, I'll be doing a preview with a Liverpool fan tomorrow. I will obviously be uploading that as a pre-recorded video. So yeah. Do you think Madueke and Langer use the same headbands? Probably, you never know. Big up to Papa David. Piero Hincapié, great for the squad depth, but I still feel we need quality forwards. You can never be safe if Saka always seems to get injured. It's hard with Saka because I do think that it's tough really with. I mean, Arteta does play him all the time. I'm not saying Arteta shouldn't play him every game, but I think it's quite tough really, because he had an hamstring injury last season, and that was quite a long time. And Saka does seem to be getting more injuries now as the times are going on. So it's not great news. I mean, Havertz is another example as well. He had another injury this season. He was injured last season. So I think a lot of these players do have recurring injuries, which isn't great at all, really, is it, if you think about it? So it can be a bit of a worry, to be honest. So yeah, I hope it's not going to be a concern too much. But yeah, I do think we'll have to see. I mean, I suppose if it comes down to January and we're thinking to ourselves, we're struggling in the attack, we need a reinforcement. I would hope we would bring in someone, but we have spent a lot of money, haven't we, already? So I don't really know what we're going to do. I just hope we can just bring in someone if we need to. If it comes down to it, I hope we can bring in someone that. But yeah, for the right, we've got Madueke. I do expect a lot of him now because at the end of the day, Saka's out. He's going to have to step up and help us with goals. Will Eze start in your full strength squad with no injuries? I mean, I think he does. I mean, it's really difficult because you guys know that I like Odegaard, but I do think right now Eze would give us more. I think Eze is just more impactful. I just think Eze would just get us more goals, but it's hard because with Odegaard, I would obviously rest him for this game or bring him on. I don't know when we need to bring him on, but with Eze, I just think he was more likely to get a goal against Liverpool. He's a big player who steps up in those big games, so I would start Eze. But obviously, I don't know what I'll take a probably Odegaard and bring Eze on later in the game, but if Odegaard's playing and I wouldn't want to play Odegaard if he's not 100% fit. I'd be a bit disappointed if Arteta played him if he was like 80% fit. I think for this game you have to be ready. So yeah, it depends if Odegaard's fit. I mean, I definitely think we'll get something at the game, but it's going to be tough. I wouldn't want them to score a last minute winner. That would honestly crush me, like it did in the Newcastle game yesterday. But yeah, I would start Eze. I think Eze is probably going to be on the left, long term. But like I say to you guys, I think in the attacking midfield position, he would probably thrive more there. I think he would build a great relationship there with Gyökeres. I think they do really well together. I think Eze is a very good creative player. We've needed that creativity in the team. He's definitely a player that gets you off the seat with excitement. He definitely brings you that in the team, which is a quality that you really need in a team. So I just can't wait to get started with Eze. I just can't wait to see him play. I really love the player. I think he's a really good player. Now that Arsenal have depth there, shouldn't be so many injuries. A top side would manage their stars and not run them down into the ground, keep them to 70 minutes unless on Frattrick. And that's what I worry about Arteta. I do worry that he doesn't do that enough. Like, I do worry that he runs these players to the ground. I think to yourself, you do have to give some of these players a bit of rest. I mean, there's no reason why Saka needs to be playing to 90 minutes. Saka should probably play. I mean, Leeds, to be honest with you, I know he had this injury before, we were going to take him off anyway, but against Leeds, if you're winning quite comfortably, you should take him off sooner. I think Arteta does run some of these players through the ground, if I'm being completely honest with you. Timber is a good example. Timber, I love Timber. You guys know that. I'm a big fan of him. I think he's great. But last season, I don't think he should have played as much football in certain games because he's had an ACL. I mean, I'm glad he's not injured, but sometimes you don't need to play these players for, like Ron said, good point there, Ron. You don't have to play them for a full game. You could play them for maybe 60 minutes and rotate. I mean, it's a difficult one, but Saka does get run into the ground. I think we have relied on Saka quite a lot for goals, and it's difficult. So yeah, I do think Arteta's going to manage these injuries better in the season. I think he has to get it right and do a bit better and not really run these players to the ground because, you know, Saka, and luckily Saka's injury isn't long term. It's just a month, thankfully. And I think we'll be okay without him. But it's just annoying. Again, the season just started. You've got injuries. Havertz has got injuries. So yeah, I think Saka gets injuries because I think Saka plays a lot. I think Havertz. I can't give you a reason why Havertz. Players get injured. They play a lot of football. That'll be another reason. Sorry guys, give me 2 seconds. My light just fell. But yeah, as I was saying, I think sometimes you can't explain why players get injuries. It just happens. But for some players, it's because they get run down too much, and I think that's definitely Saka, really. He ran them into the ground because the drop off in quality from the first team subs were too big. That's so true. He even said so himself. Expect more rotation. I do hope we do some rotations, and I do agree with what Arteta did say about that as well. Because you have one there who's great, but one there would be great in the attacking midfield position. With Saka, you don't have many players last season it could really rotate for him or give him a chance. So I think that's a really, really good point as well. If you've got the right quality, I think Arteta would have rotated last season, but because we had a bit of a drop off in that, I think that was probably hard for Arteta to rotate as much. So yeah, I'm expecting to see rotations. I also want to see Raya get rotated at times. I want to see Kepa play. So I'm hoping that we're going to see that as well. I think that's going to be really important. So yeah, a really good point there. I want to say big ups to chat as well. I hope you guys are good. If you want to send in any questions, feel free to send them in. I'm just going to quickly get a drink, guys, and I'll be back in a minute. But send in any questions you guys have for me, and I should be back in 2 minutes. Bear with me, guys. Hey guys, big up to yourself. I'm just back now. Thank you guys for waiting. But loving Jay. If Odegaard's fit, would you start him at Anfield? That is a tough question. I would probably. I think Arteta is going to play Odegaard and bring Eze on, but I would actually be really risky, and I would just play Eze. I mean, I know someone mentioned before about Eze might struggles at the moment defensively, but I just think that with this game, I mean, if this game was a bit later, I would probably have this. I had a different opinion, but it's so early on in the season. I'd not seen enough of Odegaard to think. I've not been wowed by Odegaard this season. It's only been 2 games, of course, but I'd probably say I'd probably stick with Eze. I'd probably play Eze. I would take a risk. It's risky, of course, but Eze is a great player. This is what we signed him for, so I would play Eze in this game. Let me know, guys, what you would do as well. I'd love to hear if you play Eze or Odegaard. Eze, of course, can play in life. You can fit Eze. You could play Eze, Gyökeres, Madueke, Odegaard. So it's completely up to Arteta as well what he's going to do. But I didn't know what Arteta's going to do. I don't know right now. Last season, Saka's back up with Sterling. This season's Madueke. We know we have, yeah. Do you know what? Last season that was absolutely crazy. I mean, Sterling didn't ever play, did he? Arteta didn't. You could see Arteta wasn't really comfortable playing him. Yeah, I think Sterling just never. It's really difficult with Sterling because he's a great player. When he was in his prime as well, he was very good, but he just wasn't the player he was a long time ago, and that's a real shame. It didn't work out of him, but yeah, we did. We like you said, Madueke is a much better option to have now. Big up to PFC TV. Good to see you in the chat. Good to see all of you guys that are here today as well. Like I said, I'm happy to answer any questions. I'll probably be on here for an hour today, so I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have for me as well. But yeah, I think it's good now to have these conversations. We're speaking about how lucky you are, how happy we are to have this depth, and I think this is going to be really important, and it's going to make a big difference. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how these players are going to do now. We've got a bit of depth, and yeah, I think going to Liverpool. I mean, I don't feel confident. I'm not going to say here we're going to win, but I feel more confident, comfortable. Sorry, knowing that we've got more players that can step in Saka's absence. I think it's going to be a really tough game against Liverpool. Your dream signing for Arsenal? I mean, Eze was my dream signing, but other than that, I mean, I like Rodrigo, but I just worry about his attitude. I'd probably say Eze, Rodrigo, maybe. I mean, I would have loved De Bruyne when he was in his prime, but not really now. Are we all being a bit hard on Sterling? Didn't he get us a EFL Cup goal? Yeah, I think there was. I don't remember. I think that game was. We played in the EFL. This was before the Preston game. And I don't know who we played with. I want to know now. It might be in Bolt. I don't know. We played someone before Preston, and Sterling got a goal. And you know, I was thinking to myself, guys, I was thinking this is his time now to get even more goals. It's difficult. I don't really know what I can say about Sterling because he is a good player. He has the quality, but I just don't think you see it enough. We didn't see it enough also, and I think Arteta. I can't argue the fact why Arteta didn't play him because he didn't do enough to start. He didn't do enough to get many minutes. So I do think with Sterling, I don't think he did enough. I just don't think it was a good signing, to be honest with you guys. Um, but you know, I've always liked Sterling. I've always been a fan of him, and I do wish him well. Just hasn't worked out, unfortunately. It's just one of those things, guys. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you just have to accept that. So yeah, that didn't work out, which was a shame. But he's still a good player. I'm sure he would be good. Actually, before I went live, I did actually see something that he wants to stay in London. So you never know. He could go to West Ham. He could go to Fulham. We'll have to see what he does. Please, please explain to me the hype about Rodrigo's numbers are similar to Martin. I'd never seen the impact he was when I watched Madrid. I think with him, like I agree with. I think he's a good player, but I think there is a lot of hype about him. What I'd also say as well, I do think he has a bit of a not like an attitude problem, but you know, if you come off, you don't want to come off. He got a bit sulky the other day, and that would not go well for that type. I don't think that would really go down well. I like him, but I just think he could. I think he has a bit of a problem with being a bit sulky. But yeah, I don't. I think he's a good player, but I'm happy with what we have right now. To be honest with you, and yeah, I just want to see Madueke. So I want to see more of him. Want to see do even better. So hope you guys we're going to see more of him as well because I do feel excited about Madueke. I think Madueke will be playing on the right as well in our game coming up. So yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen as well. But yeah, this is pretty much the latest news today. Kiwior will be going, and I'll do a video, guys, when Kiwior leaves. I'll do like a separate video about Kiwior, because he was a great player for us. He's pretty much going. But yeah, I think Havertz is probably going to be out for a month or something, not too long. I'm confused by the romantic notion of Rodrigo, as he was finally given a start for Real Madrid and did nothing. Vinicius Junior then came on and contributed to the win against the normally promoted side. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I think he's a good player, but there is a lot of hype about him. I think Eze, like I said to you guys, if someone asks you Eze or Rodrigo, I would always say Eze because with Eze, you know, he's going to probably produce a lot of good for Arsenal. He's been in the league with Crystal Palace. He's got that experience. I think if you got Rodrigo, I think it would be a big risk because you just don't know how he would do. You don't know how he would do in this team. So yeah, I'm happy with Eze definitely over Rodrigo, but yeah, it's a bit of a risk bringing Rodrigo, especially if he's not really getting into the Real Madrid team and he's not doing great. I think it would have been a bit of a risk to bring him. So yeah, I'm happy we picked who we picked. I think we did good, but yeah, it's gonna be really tough to see what Rodrigo's gonna do because I actually don't know if Rodrigo wants to stay at Madrid and fight for his place or does he want to go somewhere else. Don't really know, but of course I'm just happy we've got Eze. That's the man I wanted, so of course I'm really happy. But yeah, I think a lot of people do overhype players. I mean, Arsenal fans do it a lot. I'm not saying he's a bad player, Rodrigo. I think he's a good player. I think he's great actually, but I think it's hard really when you come to the league. You could do great in a different league and come to Arsenal and just do really bad. So, yeah, it happens a lot with players that come from a different league. You just don't know how they're going to do. So, yeah, it's part of football. But I think a lot of people, if you asked Arsenal fans, who would you want, Eze, Rodrigo? I mean, a lot of us would say Eze, but I'm sure there'd be a big chunk of people that would say Rodrigo. Maybe because he's a Madrid player, but I'm happy with Eze. He's really shown to me how good he is, especially since he was at Crystal Palace, and I think he's a very good player to have. And yeah, we'll have to see if he starts, guys, against Liverpool. I think if I had to bet, I wouldn't. If Odegaard's in, I don't think he will be starting, but yeah, we'll have to see with injuries and all of that. Obviously, Saka won't be available. Saka's going to be out for 4 weeks, which is a shame, but we've got players that can step in. Obviously, if Kiwior's getting his medical done, I think it might be today. We'll probably hear some more news about that. And yeah, sad to see him go, but he's been a good player, and you can't ever argue that. So yeah, so update here, Kivior is on his way to Portugal to finalise his move to Porto. Final details have been discussed. Arsenal legal team, yeah, final stages. So yeah, do you know what? I actually forget as well who we've actually sold. I know Tomiyasu terminated his deal. That was pretty much I think both sides agreed on that, to be fair. So that was it. Tomiyasu, Jorginho, I think with Jorginho, I think that was the right time to move him on, to be honest. Jorginho, I think he's reached his limit at Arsenal. I think he probably wanted to play more football, and you can't ever argue that. But he was great for Arsenal. I think he was a decent player. That's what I'd say about Jorginho. Obviously, Tomiyasu go is probably the right thing. Nuno Tavares, that didn't work out at Arsenal, so we did have to move him on. And yeah, I think obviously another one, Kivior, I think that's going to be a good move for him. I do feel a bit sad about it. I mean, I wouldn't have minded keeping him. I know a lot of you guys really like Kivior, and myself, I do. I think you can rely on him to do a decent enough job. He's been a good amount of, he's been worth his money. I don't actually know how much I don't think he was a high, I don't think he got paid a lot. Kivior, yeah, I don't think he was, yeah, so Kivior joined in 2023 for around 20 million, so you're getting a bit more actually than what we got for him, which is actually decent. So I think for the price, I think it's going to about 25 million euros. That's what you're going to get for him. That's just a wage. I think for some of these players, you're going to really struggle to get a lot of money. Like Zinchenko, you're not going to get much for him. You're going to really struggle to get a high amount of money for him. I think some of these players it's hard to get a lot of money for these players. It just really is. So yeah, I'm interested to see this will unfold, but obviously everyone's saying lovely things about him because I think he's been a decent player. But yeah, this one's going to happen really soon, and I'm sure there'll be an announcement pretty much soon. But yeah, obviously big up to you guys as well. I'll be on here about 20 more minutes, so feel free to send any questions you guys have for me today. I'm more than happy to answer them as well. And yeah, obviously looking forward to the game this weekend. I'm excited for that. But in the meantime, I'll be doing videos in a week, obviously, ahead of the game on Sunday. And then we've got the international break. So yeah, exciting things happen. Yes, I agree. A lot of us would choose Rodrigo. A lot of people choose Rodrigo. Substance and football fandom is a growing problem. I think I mean, for me, I can't comment on Rodrigo too much because I'll be real with you guys, I haven't seen a lot of him. I've watched Eze quite a lot, a lot more. I've been watching Crystal Palace over these last few years, and I've watched him when he plays against us. I've been watching Eze in the FA Cup final, so I have seen a lot more of Eze. So I guess I can give you guys more of a, I can talk about Eze more because I've seen him a lot more. Rodrigo, I've not seen as much of him, but I think he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I think he would improve this team, but I think someone said before he has similar stats to what we have already. So, but having said that, Madueke had similar stats as well to what Martinelli and Trossard have. So I do think Arteta would get more out of Madueke. I think Madueke has, if we're being honest, he has added a bit more of excitement on the left. But I think for this game this week, and he'll be playing on the right anyway. Kivior is decent, but Hincapie is an upgrade. Yeah, I've not seen too much of Hincapie, but from what Piero said, he does seem like a good player. Yeah, I think Kivior, like you said, he's a decent player. He's been worth his money. We signed him for 20 million, which is quite cheap, really, and he's definitely been worth it. Some players really struggle to adapt to the league, and I can say he definitely grew as time went on. I think there were the games where he struggled with he made a few mistakes, but I think you could really say overall he was a decent player, a decent backup player to have. If someone was injured, he could step in and do a good job. It's a shame he's gone, but I think for both sides, I think it's time someone else comes in, and it's also time he goes and does really well and gets playing those regular minutes. But I think a lot of us can all say he's been a decent backup player, especially last season. I think that potentially has raised the money up a little bit because of last season, him stepping in and doing so well. But yeah, I'm happy he did a lot better because he's a great player. Yeah, so we'll have to see when this all gets announced with Kivior, but obviously we have agreed personal terms, Piero Hincapié has agreed personal terms with Arsenal, so it is all going quite fast, I'm not gonna lie, it's all developing at a really quick rate, and to be honest with you, it has to, because literally it's the 26th of August today, the window shuts on the 1st, so much is happening, and yeah, I mean, you guys asked me the other day, we're gonna make any more signings, I was thinking, I think after I said this will be it, but they surprised us again and made made another signing. So yeah, we've definitely done so much in this window. We've had a really busy window, and I'm a bit surprised at how busy we've been in this window. But of course, I'm very happy about it. And yeah, I think this will be our last signing. I think. I'm not sure if Zinchenko's leaving. We'll have a little see if there's any more updates. But the Congo's probably going to leave as well, which will probably be a good thing to get done. Zinchenko, there hasn't been many updates. I mean, there's an update here, but I don't know how reliable this is. I don't know, where would you see Zinchenko going? That's the thing. I've had a link. There's been linked to Zinchenko to Bayer Leverkusen. Don't know if that would happen though. Zinchenko. It's very quiet with Zinchenko. I've been very surprised at how quiet it's gone at the moment with him. Nothing's really happened. So I would be upset if we kept him. I mean, you can play him in midfield, of course, but we need to just move these players on that aren't good enough. So I hope we do that. Yeah, I could see Zinchenko going to West Ham. I could see him going somewhere there and you playing in midfield. That would improve them. Like West Ham are going through a really difficult phase at the moment. But I don't know what's going to happen with them. Honestly, I really don't know. They do seem to be struggling quite a bit. But yeah, I do think we need to get Zinchenko out the door. I don't know how much money we're going to get for Zinchenko anyway, but just think we need to move these players on. I don't mind Jesus being here. I mean, I don't know when Jesus is actually due back though, but he will be back pretty soon, I think. But yeah, I'm interested to see how we will get on as well. Obviously, big up to chat as well. Hope you guys are going to be on here for about 10 more minutes. Please do make sure you're liking and subscribing if you haven't already. And of course, if you've got any questions for me, feel free to drop them in before I end the show in about 10 minutes time. But obviously, big up to chat, big up to everyone that's obviously watched this today. I'll be on here for about 10 more minutes. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's been a great window for us. So much has happened, and yeah, it's been exciting. I never thought we would assign all the players that we have. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with obviously our new defender we're bringing in. I think he's had quite a lot of good. Yeah, I do agree. I think he's an upgrade. Yeah, I think we've had quite a lot of good signings this summer. So yeah, I think for me, obviously, Gyökeres is the one that I'm most excited for. But I think Bertrand and Arteta have worked really hard and have done a really great job. And yeah, they deserve credit for the job they've done because they really have done an excellent job. So yeah, I'm obviously really happy about this. When this stuff gets announced, when we hear more details, we'll obviously come on here and give you guys an update about it as well. But yeah, so far obviously really exciting as well. We'll happily share my screen and show you just again if those who might have just joined. Obviously about the latest on the new signing that we're going to bring in. Bear with me guys, just 1 second. So yeah, Kong is set to leave, which isn't a surprise. So yeah, I think we're going to get rid of some players now. I think now things are advancing. I think we're probably going to move some players on. So let me just share my screen in one moment just to show you guys again what I showed you before. I think it was this morning I heard the update about our new signing. No, just wait 1 second. Yeah, so here it is. Let me just share my screen. Yeah, so here it is. I hope you guys can see this all good, but just to go over it just one more time before I end the stream, to anyone that might just have joined as well, Piero Hincapié has said yes to Arsenal on personal terms have been agreed, long-term deal ready. Understand Hincapie favours Arsenal. And sorry guys, just went past that. There is Arsenal, and also seen as an ideal sign for Arteta. Arsenal prepared an opening bid. It's likely a loan and obligation to buy Kivior to Porto soon. So yeah, this does seem quite good to obviously get this done. And a loan obligation to buy would be good. So yeah, like I said, I did show you guys when I started this video, but to those that might just join, did want to just show you that again. Big up to Ron. My big concern is if Arteta fails and is given his P45, Arsenal will need to spend a lot of to bring a new manager or a quality manager who want his players, not the Deadwood. Yeah, I think it's hard. Like, I do agree with what you're saying. Because a lot of managers have their own players they like and want to bring in new players. We still have players that shouldn't be here, but in 2025, there's still some players that you think to yourself like, how are they still here? So yeah, we do need to move some of these players on ASAP. Really, if we're being honest with you guys, we need to be ruthless. So hopefully we'll see that happen. But yeah, a good point there. So yeah, that's pretty much the news for today, guys. Like I said, it's preparing soon, and obviously I showed just before. I'll just show it again. Obviously Porto put in a bid for Kivior that's received by Arsenal. Of 25 million euros package add-ons were loaned to buy. Kivior said yes to Porto, and Arsenal talks a bit. Obviously, he's going to get his medical soon as well. So there's definitely a lot of news happening today, which I think is exciting. There's definitely been stuff going on. So yeah, like I said, I think it's an exciting time as well. For Arsenal, removed on players. I wouldn't really class Kivior as Deadwood. I think Deadwood and like Zinchenko, Lokonga, other players that just wouldn't fit in this team anymore. So yeah, Kivior will always have our sort of love and respect of what he's done for Arsenal. He did a decent job, and yeah, he deserves credit for that. So yeah, for me, I'm obviously really happy for Kivior. This move to happen, but we're going to have to hear some updates pretty soon. But this is the latest, guys. Like I said, I'll be back when there is an official sort of update. When there's any updates, I'll come back now. I'll always come on here and give you guys any updates. So yeah, obviously big up to everyone that's watching my show today. So I wish give you all the best. Sadly he's gone, but I'm excited to see our new signing of Piero Hincapié. I know he was linked to Spurs as well, and he's obviously chosen Arsenal, which is a really nice thing. So yeah, I'm personally excited for this move. I can't wait for it to happen. I just want him to come to Arsenal now. But yeah, this is going to happen in the final days of the window. This is the latest news today. Obviously big up to everyone that's watching my show. Thank you all for watching. Obviously I'll be back tomorrow as well, or might be doing a video later. But yeah, thank you for watching my show, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do make sure you're liking this video, and please do subscribe it if you haven't already. And yeah, take care of you, everyone, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.